new day. Welcome to Sunday Stretch and Chill. We've been doing this for the last 3 weeks now, and it's been great. I've really thoroughly enjoyed just sharing this art form with you all. Peace. Happy new day. What's up? Hi, cousin. Hey, Quinn. Peace. Hey, Alexis. Peace. I just DM'd you this morning. I didn't know you were a doula. I'd love to talk to you about just self-care and that sort of stuff, but we can chat about that another time. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to switch up the music. I thought this would be a little different, but it is a live set, so who knows what would be popping up. Let's get to some maybe chill hop that has a little soul in it. And while I'm getting the music together, go ahead and find a comfortable seat. You don't necessarily need a yoga mat or like yoga clothes or anything. Pajamas will do, or just sweats will do. You can get on the carpet if that works for you. You might want to get, if you have a mat, cool, you might want to get a little towel or something to put under your knees just in case your knees are sensitive. But stretch and chill is not meant to be done with any like equipment, so to speak. So let's get right into it. Start off with the breath. Coming down. If you're sitting in a chair, that's fine as well. Finding a seat that's comfortable for you. And let's start by just taking a couple of mindful breaths. So let the shoulders be heavy and hips be heavy. And take a deep breath in, allowing your stomach to kind of expand first. And feel the lungs inflate. And then exhale the same way. Exhale, allowing the stomach to deflate first, and then the lungs. And feel free to put your hand on your, like over your heart and over your stomach to kind of feel the rise and fall of your breath. We're going to do that 2 more times. Go ahead and inhale. There's no right or wrong way. We're just really noticing the quality of our breath more than anything else. And exhale. Notice if your breath kind of wants to go faster or slower. We're not controlling it, we're just allowing the breath to be. Inhale deeply. Last one. And exhale fully. Let's release the hands down. Bring the hands to the shoulders and elbows come together. On the inhale, you raise your elbows up and exhale around down the spine. Let's go ahead and do that about 3 to 5 times, using that same really calm, collected breath that we just did. Opening up some space in the back, in the shoulders. Just noticing how we feel. For stretch and chill, there's no right or wrong way. We're just kind of slowing down, taking some energy, spending some time on Instagram in a different way. A lot of times we get on here, we just scroll, reverse directions. But it's nice to genuinely connect with people in real time. Really deep inhale. And really you're being guided by your natural breath. So it's not that, like as I'm raising my arms, I'm forcing myself to breathe just naturally. This is how my breath is coming into the body and kind of move with that. So letting your breath be your anchor. If you ever done yoga before and stuff like that, you might hear your guide say that. Like, let your breath be your anchor. That's really what that means. Let your breath move you. All right, let's bring our hands down and let's get into the neck a little bit. Let's bring the right hand behind the back and gently drop your left ear to your left shoulder. And let's take a couple of breaths here. Remembering to fully relax, be nice and loosen the hips. Sometimes when we get into a space, we have the tendency to like tense up to do the posture, but we are just relaxing your peace. Welcome. Welcome to Sunday Stretch and Chill. Take a couple of breaths, noticing this nice gentle opening that's happening in the right side of the neck. This is great for relieving tension and stress, even if you're having a long day. You just take 5 minutes out of your day to do these movements. They're really worth it. Let's go to the other side. So left hand comes behind, right hand comes over. And if you'd like a little more of a stretch, you can take your right hand and just place it on top of your head. Gravity will do the rest. Take a couple of breaths here. And a huge misconception about yoga and the yoga movements is that you're doing yoga. It's like this thing that you do. When in reality, it's your positions that you ease into, and you let gravity and your breath kind of do the rest of the work. So in my full-length classes, I say like ease over effort all the time. All right, let's release that. Let's roll the shoulders, but we kind of just roll the shoulders back. Let's bring the right arm across. Just open up the shoulder space a little bit more. If you want to come to your knees or go to standing for this, cool. I did Emil Ennis's Amazon Live, and he did a stretch and tone. I did the stretch and tone for my pre-workout the other day, and it was great. So bringing the arms across, and maybe I'll come up to half for this. So bringing the arm across and also twisting the body in the opposite direction. So if your hand is coming across to the left, you twist your body to the right, and it just created a little bit more length around the side body, and I loved it. So thank you again. Couple of breaths here. You might be feeling some expansion across this shoulder blade, or even across your shoulder girdle, which is all up here. And let's switch sides. So bring the hands down. Left arm comes across this time. Bring it close to your body. And notice even my shoulder's kind of coming up a little bit. Bring that shoulder down and just bring the arm across. You can play with lifting it up and bringing it down, but let's not get in a habit of crunching the shoulders up. Open up that space, and if it feels good to you, maybe you angle to the left. And this is what I was talking about. If you wanted to grab a towel or something, there will be a couple of postures. Please welcome to Stretch and Chill. There will be a couple of movements where we're up on our knees, so if your knees are sensitive, you're welcome to just get like a towel or something. Just fold the towel under your knees if you're like on carpet or something, you don't have a yoga mat. Let's come on down. You roll the shoulders out if that feels good to you, and we'll get into the wrists. So a couple of ways to do wrists are you can clasp the hands together and just roll the wrists out. We're just creating a little space in the wrists. You can roll the wrists out. You can press the palms back just gently. If your wrists are really tender, just place your hand on top of your other hand and let gravity do the work. Once again, this is stretch and chill. This isn't like HIIT class or CrossFit or stretch and do, or even like Ashtanga yoga, beautiful yoga practice, but it can be pretty intense. We just chilling. Some of y'all might have just woken up and rolled out of bed and just needed a little something this morning, and that's what this is, stretch and chilling. All right, another way that you can open up your wrists, if you're doing that, that's fine for you, like if you were rolling your wrists out, cool. Another way you can open up the wrist is by coming to all fours and shifting forward a bit to open up the space in the back of the wrist. And you can hold that for a breath or two. You're also welcome to flip the hands under and then send your weight back towards your heels to open up the space in the wrist. So wherever you are, let's just take one breath more together. Inhaling deeply, allowing your lungs to inhale deeply, and allow your lungs to exhale fully. And release. Maybe come onto all fours, roll the wrists out if you were just doing what I was doing. And now we're all going to all fours. So once again, if you want to grab a towel or something to put under your knees, cool beans, and we'll all go to all fours. So bringing your hands right in front of your knees, and hands are directly under the shoulders. Just do a gentle cat-cow. Exhale and round the spine, dropping the head down, pressing into the feet. And on your inhale, drop your belly down and think about just shining your heart forward, if that makes sense. You're sending your, like showing your chest to the wall in front of you. So notice that my head is still in alignment. Like the crown, I'm not crunching my neck back. That completely defeats the purpose of what we just did with opening up the neck space. I'm not crunching my neck back, but I'm keeping a nice neutral neck, and I'm pressing up through the shoulders. And exhale, round. Inhale, drop the belly. So let's take this like 2 more times. And if you find yourself kind of just moving with your breath and you kind of start to sway side to side or move a little forward to backwards, honor that space. It says stretch and chill. I should probably call this like stretch and groove, because I like to bop to the music. I don't know if that's your cup of tea too. So feel free to just go with those organic movements that your body's asking for. Let's take one more breath together. Wherever you are in your cat-cow. So it's exhale around the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Alright, let's come into a gentle child's pose. We're going to bring our toes together, send the knees a little bit wider than hip width apart, and just send the hips back, reaching your hands out forward. And rest your forehead on the mat. The intention is to open up under the arm, open up across the shoulder, and bring some space to your back. So while you're doing that, stay in that space. If that's a bit much on your hips, you're welcome to bring your knees in a bit. Like I'm feeling a bit of a twinge in like my left hip joint. So having my knees out that far isn't very, very comfortable. So I just bring my knees in a little bit and alleviate that. Also, you're welcome to bring a pillow, like in one or two pillows, so it sits up a little high, and drape yourself over that. Women, when it's that lunar cycle for you, that can be helpful to just soothe and make you feel calm. So take one more breath in your child's pose. Inhale deeply. And exhale fully. Let's come up to all fours and open up that hip space a little further. So let's bring the right foot up like we're coming into a low lunge. And just shift back, shift that left knee back so you start to kind of sink into the hips, if that makes sense. And we're just here for a couple of breaths. So pressing into the palms. If you'd like, if your body's a little open, you can tuck the toe under and lift your back knee off of the mat, if that works for you this morning. Just take a couple breaths here, pressing into the palms. If being this low doesn't work for you, you can also come up on one knee. You might want to widen your foot out a little bit for the sake of balance. Once again, stretch and chill. We're not doing intense balancing poses and ab work and stuff like that this morning. We're just waking up and doing something good for ourselves. One more breath here. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Come down. Bring your hands down if you were up at the knee, and shift back to extend your right leg. So if this is a bit much for you, same thing you can get people in yoga teachers always say, like, grab your blocks. And everybody has blocks. You can grab some shoes, you can grab if you have some water bottles or like gallons of water to stack yourself up. So if coming all the way down isn't available to you, especially early in the morning, you just want something that adds a little bit of height and takes like the pressure out of stretching the leg. And also just if that's just too much for you overall, hang out in your lunge. Plenty of options. One more breath here. Inhale deeply. You can play around with pointing and flexing the toe, stuff like that. And we exhale fully. Shift forward, come down to all fours. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So left foot comes up. Enjoy 3 of your own breaths in your low lunge. You know, I'm gonna switch up the music. I'm feeling the jazzy nature of it, but I feel like we need a little bit more bass. A little bit more bass this morning. See what these neo soul mixes are talking about. One more breath in your low lunge. There we go. And go ahead and shift back, extending the left leg. 3 breaths here. Feel free to sway side to side if you need some movement. Swaying with the music, pointing and flexing the toe if it works for you, if it serves you. You hear me say a lot about stretch and chill, like if it serves you. Basically If it feels good, do it. If it don't feel good, ease up. This is your time, just as much as it's mine and you stretch. So stretch and chill. One more breath. Inhale deeply. And exhale fully. Shift forward. And then come down to all fours. Tuck your toes under, send the hips up and back into a down dog. Feel free to adjust. And as soon as you get there, just start to bend the knees. Noticing what's going on in your calf muscles. Breathing deeply, bend one knee, then the other. Really pressing up through your shoulders. One more round, bend one knee, straighten that knee out, then the opposite, and then let's walk up to the top of the mat. Take your time, just taking one footprint at a time up to your hands, and enjoy a forward fold. So if your back is really tight, you might not be as folded over as I am. You're welcome to bring your hands up if that helps a little bit, bracing your hands on your thighs or bracing your hands on your shins. Bend your knees just a little bit so we're not completely locking out the knees and destroying the blood flow, so to speak. We want everything you need flowing this morning. So if you're here, cool. If you'd like to drop the head down, maybe even clasp the elbows, maybe sway side to side a little bit. Maybe the beat of our neo-soul mix is calling you this morning. You're trying to do a slight balance. Opening up space in your lower back, pressing through the feet. One more breath. Inhale deeply. Feeling that elongation in the spine. And exhale fully. Release the hands. Bend your knees like you're about to sit down into a chair. And then roll up nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time. Press into the heels. Wind up nice and slowly. And when you come all the way up, reach the arms up. Get a nice stretch up. And exhale. You can bring the hands together. And bring the hands down by your sides. So hopefully you feel a little bit more open. Feel free to grab a sip of water. Just one fun fact. Rolling up slowly, it's great for the back. But also, sometimes people don't eat in the morning. So I know if I haven't eaten in the morning and I roll up too fast, I get lightheaded. I think I did that last session. Like I had to go back down and kind of lean over. So yeah, it helps you from not passing out. And it feels great on the spine. So now we're going to go into a warm-up sequence called a sun salutation. In Sanskrit, it's called a vinyasa, but it's just a flow. So follow along. Of course, I'll be verbalizing or cueing you for different movements. So we're going to stand at the top of our mat, our feet about hip-width apart. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. And exhale, press your palms together, forward fold. Coming all the way down or as far as you can. On an inhale, lift the back. Coming to a flat back. Finding a comfortable hand position. Maybe they're on your shins, maybe they're on the thighs. And exhale, forward fold. Notice every movement goes with a breath. On your next inhale, bend your knees. Bring your hands down to the mat and step back to plank, like you're coming into push-up position, or you can come down to the knees, either way. So from here, let's all lower all the way down. Lower all the way down to the mat and press yourself up halfway. If you want to come all the way up with extended arms, cool. My back is a little iffy this morning, so I'm just coming up halfway. Everybody exhale, press either onto all fours or go straight through plank pose to come back to our down dog. So lifting the hips up and back. From here, let's walk our feet to our hands. Exhale, enjoy a forward fold, releasing the lower back. Inhale, bend the knees. Bring the arms up, pressing into your heels. Exhale, hands come down by the sides. And so let's do that 2 more times. We're going to do that whole sequence. I'll still be kind of walking you through it. Feel free to do that modification where we were on all fours. If your knees are feeling a little iffy, you can just go to plank. Just play around with it. Really, you're using the movement to just notice how your body feels. There's no right or wrong. We're not trying to strength train and everything. We're just doing this to get some blood flow to our body, to warm up our system, and to do something good for our body. So let's do this 2 more times. Feet about hip width apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Lifting with a full breath. Exhale, full breath, fold. Taking your time. See how slowly I'm moving? We're really just massaging our body with these movements. Bend the knees, plant the palms, come down to your plank or to all fours, and then lower yourself down to the mat. Elbows tucked in. Inhale, lift the chest, pressing into the palms. Exhale, press into the hands, come up to all fours or your plank, and move to down dog. So send the hips up and back. Let's walk to the top of our mat all together. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep your hands up. Exhale, hands come down by sides. All right, we're gonna do that 1 more time. I'm gonna ease off of cueing you and just kind of move with the body. Trust yourself, trust your breath. There's no right or wrong way to do this. If you forget a step, fuck it, it doesn't matter. Just enjoy how your body feels. So I'll cue a little bit, but let's see if you can, that got a couple likes. Just see if you can move along with us. Peace, welcome, enjoy stretch and show. We're kind of halfway through it, but this is a great place for you to be joining in. So let's step to the top of the mat. Let's sweep the arms up. Fold. Inhale. And exhale. Fold. Make your way down. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, move to down dog. However you get there, take your time. Pressing the hips up and back. And let's walk to the top of our mat. Fold. Bend the knees. Stand up. Exhale, arms down. Grab some water, you deserve it. I'm actually looking for my water glass. Don't know where I put it. I think it's just off camera. Oh, here it is. Let me grab my water. All right, so that was great. Thank you all for sticking with me. Is that Michael Bama? I see KM Essentialistic. That's a cool name. Peace. Okay, I think that's all that's still on here. Or no, maybe not. I guess you guys joined. Hey, peace, David. Peace, sis. Big Ray 93. Melagosa, peace. Good to see you. And of course, Alexis, I said hi to you earlier. All right, y'all, let's keep it moving. So hopefully you feel nice and warm. I'm just going to take you through one posture. Now, if there's a bit of noise in the background, I apologize. I think my neighbor's working in their shed. I'm going to take you through one yoga pose, so to speak, and then we'll go down to the mat and just kind of cool off and do some work there. So let's use that flow sequence that we just did to get into the posture, and then I'll cue you from there. So let's do the same thing. Stand at the top of your mat, and we inhale, bring the arms up overhead, really reaching towards the sky, and exhale, fold. Just deflate like one of those car salesman inflatable thingies. Inhale to lift. Creating a flat back. Tuck your shoulders back too. That'll really help. The flat back. And exhale, forward, fold. So same thing we just did. Bend the knees, come down to the ground, whether that's all fours or a plank for you. Tucking the elbows in, lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lifting the chest. If you want to press into the arms and extend fully, go for it. And exhale, press into the mat, sending the hips up and back. We all meet together in down dog. All right, so we're going to introduce crescent. I lied. We're going to introduce, well, crescent or warrior one, depending on how you do it. So let's shift our weight to the left leg, and we're going to lift the right leg up. So bracing on your hands and your left leg. Just lift the right leg up a little bit, keeping the hips square. So sometimes we open the hips out like that. Just keep the hips nice and steady. Doesn't have to be high. We're kind of working on balance a little bit here. And then on your exhale, either bring your knee into your chest, coming up to a low lunge, or take a couple of steps to get there, using your foot to come into this low lunge. So two things here. If you would like to stay standing, you can, or you can bring that back knee down. All right, so wherever you are, if the back knee is down or if your leg is extended, let's inhale and sweep the arms up. Taking your time, keeping your core tight. This is working on a little bit of balance, and bringing your arms right by your ears. So let's just take a moment here. Notice how that feels. Breathe nice, deep, even, slow breaths. So this is technically crescent. When you're on the knee like this is crescent. If you're up with your back leg extended and it's like in this high lunge, this is warrior one. So inhale, we're gazing forward. Actually, this isn't warrior one. This is also crescent. So we're all doing crescent. Warrior one has a different foot position. We're facing forward. Our hips are square. Our tailbone is tucked under. Y'all, I did yoga for like 6 years before I ever heard a yoga teacher say, tuck your tailbone. And I was like, what? Change the game. Just changes your alignment. So last breath, inhale deeply. And exhale, let's all come down together, pinching the hands down. And let's come onto all fours. So if your knee is up, let's bring that knee down. Come onto all fours. And lower yourself down. We're going to do, actually no, let's just switch sides. So from here, let's bring the left leg up and through. You can stay here in your low crescent or come to high crescent with an extended back leg. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And we're here just for 2 breaths. Inhale deeply, tucking that tailbone in. Grounding through the feet, really press into the feet. Exhale fully, and one more breath. Press your thumbs back. So the hands might be up here. Really think about pressing the thumbs back and opening up your heart. Exhale fully. Everybody, let's come down. Bring the hands down. Bring the knee down. And come onto the mat. Coming all the way down. So that posture is called crescent. Once again, hopefully you learned something new today. Please welcome to Stretch and Chill. We're kind of at the end, so if you're popping on right now, this is a perfect time. We're coming down to the mat. We're just going to do a couple more stretches to cool off before we end. Actually, I'll take you through one little sequence of ab work, because core work is so important. Core work and working on your lower back are so important. But I'll take you through a very simple boat pose to strengthen the core, and we'll only hold it for a couple of breaths. So let's all come down to the mat. And bringing your hands just behind you, shift back just before your tailbone and lift the legs. So this is called boat pose. Notice how my legs are parallel here. My chin is up. And this is it. See if you can be here for 3 breaths. If you'd like more of a challenge, you're welcome to bring your arms up. You're welcome to bounce the arms. You're welcome to straighten the legs, or you're welcome to pulse. Well, not pulse, but I guess extend and then crunch. So let's do whatever you want to do for 3 breaths. I'm going to be here for, this is stretch and chill, so we're not doing anything intense for myself. 2 more breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Keeping the core tight. And 1 more breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Let's bring the legs down and come all the way down to the mat. So a safe way to come down to the mat is to clasp the knees, round the spine, roll the spine down until you kind of hit that breaking point, and then release. All right, so on the mat, let's bring our knees into our chest and give our lower back and our glutes a massage. So clasp the knees and just roll the knees around to the right. Let's take that about 3 to 5 times, always moving with your breath. You'll hear me say that a lot in Stretch and Chill, or if you come to the full session. If you come to the full sessions, I have not marketed myself at all. I am not plugging myself, y'all. So I have my first virtual studio. It's called Nucultur. It's on Patreon. It's on the Patreon platform. So you can join. It's $20 a month. We have live classes every week. This is kind of a taste of beginner yoga, but we have live classes every week, and then I'll also be uploading like archived replays and stuff like that, so you can access it whenever you want. The link will be in my bio soon, so I'm very excited about that. Let's go ahead and switch directions. So like I was saying, 3 to 5 breaths, because your breath is different. Usually I have a very slow breath, so what I may do in 3 breaths, you might do in 5 breaths, because your breath is at a different speed. So I just kind of give us that framework just to honor you, just to honor where you are in your journey. Okay, so finish up your last 1 or 2, go in the opposite direction. And let's bring the feet down to the ground, stretching out the glutes. Let's take our right foot, cross it over your left leg, so your feet kind of create this figure 4 thing. You might have done this in like gym class back in the day. And bring your left foot off of the ground. That begins to bring your knee close to your body. So I feel like I'm being very technical with this. Cross your leg over, bring the foot up. Okay, hands through. And gently bring your leg closer to the body. You might start to feel this in the right glute. To be honest, I've only ever always felt this in the right glute. So if you're feeling it anywhere else, let me know in the comments, just so I can, just be mindful of everybody's body types. Let's take 1 more breath here. And let's switch. So the left leg comes down and the left foot comes over. And we do a figure 4 on this side. Just opening up the glutes. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. We're coming to the end. We're going to do 1 more stretch for on our quads. And then we're going to do kind of a full body meditation. And then that'll be it. So bring the feet down. Bring your feet as wide as the mat, or just like wider than hip width apart. And begin to windshield wiper your knees in. So right knee comes down and in, just 1 at a time. And then up. And then the left knee comes down and in. And then up. So do that for just a couple more breaths, opening up your thighs, opening up your quads, just basically the whole top of your thigh, and opening up your hips as well. Do that a couple times. Just notice how it feels. There's no right or wrong here. We're just opening up the body, y'all. Let's do one thing for the spine. So let's bring the knees up and into the chest. And then let's drop the knees to the right side, stacking one knee on top of the other. Hands can come out like in a T or cactus arms, whatever you want to call it. And really focus on breathing into that twist in the lower spine. You can also gaze over your left shoulder if that works for you. Maybe tucking the shoulder blades in together. And let's take 2 breaths here. Inhale deeply, extending the spine. Exhale fully, finding its natural alignment. Inhale deeply, create space in the spine. And exhale fully. Take your right hand, slide it under your knees to press your knees back up, because sometimes that can be a lot on the lower back. And let's just do the same thing on the other side, making any minor adjustments that feel good to you. And we're hanging out here for 2 breaths. Take your own 2 breaths. I'll give you some silence to focus in on your own body. And let's take the left hand, slide it under the knees to press the knees up. And then send your legs out long. Fully relax onto your carpet or mat or towel if you're on a towel. And let your hands come by your sides, maybe about a foot away from your body. I'll take us through 1 minute or less of full body scan, and just enjoy it. So relaxing fully, let's inhale through the nose. And exhale with a sigh. Releasing any tension in the feet, feeling supported by the earth. Inhale deeply. Exhale with a sigh. Releasing your legs, the knees, your quads and calves, feeling supported by the earth. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully with a sigh. Releasing the pelvis, your hips, your glutes, feeling supported by the earth. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully with a sigh. Releasing the lower abs and the lower back, feeling supported by the earth. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully with a sigh. Releasing the chest, releasing the back, all the way up to the collarbones and shoulders, feeling supported by the earth. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully with a sigh. Releasing the arms and hands up to the fingertips, feeling supported by the earth. Last one, inhale deeply. Exhale fully with a sigh. Releasing the neck, your head, and all the muscles on your face, feeling supported by the earth. Take this moment of relaxation to breathe into any spaces that just need a little bit more love. So for instance, my neck, the base of my neck, just feels like it needs some love. So I'm going to take a deep breath through the nose, filling that space with cool, calming breath. And I'm going to exhale with a sigh, releasing any tension in that space. So find a space, maybe on your physical body. It might be maybe your heart, it might be your lower back that feels tight, it might be your feet. If already this morning you've been, or all this week you've been up on your feet, but it could be something in your subtle body. If you're not familiar with the subtle body, your being has an energy body. So when you think of like someone's aura, like your aura is it's a real thing. It can actually be detected on electromagnetic cameras. So maybe your heart energy maybe your gut energy. So maybe if you've been going through any anxiety or stress or anything lately, sometimes we carry that right here in our gut energy. Maybe there's a decision that you need to make, and there's been like a lot of confusion and back and forth around that. So let's breathe deeply, maybe into that subtle body energy, and exhale with a sigh. And release. With that, let's bring some movement back to the body by rubbing the fingertips together, opening and closing the palms to make a fist. Let's wiggle the toes back and forth. And then let's roll over to one side roll over towards the camera, I guess. So use your leg to press yourself over to one side and just start to make your way up. So pressing your hands down. It's a really easy way to sit up, and we're gonna go all the way to standing. So you can follow along with me. You can make your own way to standing if you want, but let's come on to all fours actually. Notice I'm taking my time getting there, because after all that stretching, sometimes your body needs to settle. Like you've opened up all this space, let your body find its natural alignment. So maybe you take a cat-cow when you come through all fours. This is all just optional. If you're already standing, that's fine as well. We're gonna come, send the hips up and back to kind of get ourselves to our feet, and then we'll walk the feet towards our hands, bending the knees generously if you need. Like if your calves are super tight this morning, even after stretch and chill, that's fine. Enjoying our nice little forward fold here. And then let's roll up one vertebrae at a time. Just taking your time to safely make your way to standing. And also noticing all the new space that's in the body. And we'll come facing the camera. Shift your body left to right, letting your arms be heavy. And that's just any excess energy that does not serve you. Allow it to shoot out from your fingertips and just be absorbed by the loving earth. All right, let's come to stillness. Let's bring our hands together at our heart space. Feel free to close your eyes and just honor yourself for making your way to stretch and chill this morning, making your way to your carpet, your mat, your towel, whatever you're standing on right now. And just give yourself thanks. Take a moment of gratitude to just be like, yo, I did that. I showed up on a Sunday at 10 a.m. or 7 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. And yeah, just give yourself a moment of gratitude. And let's bring our hands up to the forehead, and we'll bow one another out of class, sealing our practice and getting on with our day. So thank you. Hey, peace. What's up? Natanya. Oga's Studio, thanks for joining. Lucas World, thanks for joining. Jennifer, thanks for joining. Canna, so many beautiful people. Thank you all for being here. This has been a hit. Like Sunday Stretch and Chill is looking like the move. So let's do it again next Sunday. Wait, where's my camera here? Let's do it again next Sunday, 10 a.m. I'll see y'all there. Peace. I'm going to we're free to pop off. Pop off the screen. Peace, sis. Thank you. Oh, thank you for being here. Love, 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 love. Hopefully you feel good. Hopefully that was right up your alley. We're all done, y'all. Okay. I just want to screenshot everybody that was here. If you didn't know, when you save the lives, it doesn't save the likes and who was on. So I'm trying to get in the habit of screenshotting to know who was here so I can reach out and just kind of check in with you about Stretch and Chill. Ask how you feeling. All right. Cool Beans. Malagosa was here. Alexis was here. Quinn was here. Jules was here. All right. Peace, y'all. Love and light.